Namaste and La Catch, my family. I'm home! And welcome back to another Coffee Talk with Rion. How you guys doing out there across planet Earth? God, it feels great. I was up in Northern California, up in the Sequoias, kayaking through the Kern River, little whitewater, horseback riding, and really, for all you guys who follow me on Instagram or Facebook, obviously I loaded the pictures of that waterfall. Really harmonizing and getting into nature and getting back into my center. I am doing my best to be the most amazing steward I could be down here and brother, right, to you guys, as far as, some of the things we need to work on. The one thing about being, an empath and, a light worker and, an earth guardian, right, depending on what layer you want to speak about, right? It takes a lot of work on, the stuff behind the scenes, the stuff when the camera's off, controlling your thoughts, controlling your mind, staying in that positive mood. I do a little mantra to myself every time things are, moving around, or I feel that, something's trying to, move me a little bit or take me off my path, or maybe something's not working out in that moment exactly how I'd like it. I always just say abundance, 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 light, 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 more light to me, more energy to me, more abundance to me. May I be filled with light so that I may do my job, be powered up, charged up, and really help my brothers and sisters across planet Earth. Because as many of you guys know, who make videos or have been in this spiritual game for quite some time, 20, 30 years, some of the old schoolers out there. The brighter you shine, right, the more things that sometimes attract to you. This is what I want you to understand, though, especially right now in this game. And it wasn't so much this case maybe 30 years ago or 20 years ago, even 10 years ago, especially not 7 years ago when I woke up, is the amount of light here on the planet, the amount of light and beings you can call to your assistance, and the amount of and type of consciousness now readily available to you. Being a little galactic steward down here, and the dreams I was having up in the cabin, completely isolated from all Wi-Fi, cell phone reception. I have no cell phone reception up there. Kind of being one with nature and one with my oversoul. I began to see as one of my higher selves sees this reality. I saw many of the political changes that are going to take place on Earth. I saw many of the financial changes that are going to take place on Earth. I saw many of the levels of abundance, and many soul contracts were shown to me on my fellow brothers and sisters who signed up for this job and, needed a level of resource to create what they signed up to do. See, we all have soul contracts down here, right? Now, these soul contracts correspond with the collective of Earth. Now, here's the issue with the collective of Earth, though. What group or population of Earth is either speeding up or slowing down the timeline in which we all wish to be walking on? And given this timeline, let's just say there's two now, right? Which vibration would you like to walk on? Would you like to go up? Would you like to maybe stay the same? Or through some of your interactions and integration, are you going to go somewhere else entirely? Here's what I'm trying to get to. No one in our galactic family wants anyone on Earth to lose their experience down here. But let me express some things to you. I've had many conversations with my elders, many conversations, especially after I did my activation in Alaska. I asked many questions. What are these time jumpers? What are these stargates? What are these parallel timelines? Who are these different versions of me, existing in a parallel reality? And what sort of form or function can I not only bypass this level of consciousness, bypass this level of control, jack back into my source code, reestablish connection to my oversoul, reestablish connection to all of my higher selves, and what type of efficient manner can I do that in me operationally turning on every single chakra in my body, every meridian functioning, every sort of monoatomic high vibrational component necessary for my brain to fire at that speed? What type of vitamins do I need? What type of workout routine do I need? What is my thought form supposed to be like? You know, supposedly, to reach rainbow body, the story is, right, out there in Tibet, you know, all those guys that have pulled that off, you know, they supposedly it was like 15 years of positive manifestations. You can't think about anything negative for 15 years, right? I was like, wow, that must be nice living in a cave thinking about flowers growing, right? But for the rest of us down here, you know, day in, day out, all my fellow earth angels down here, helping out our fellow man and women, to understand that what I'm feeling is, with all these political changes, and all of these rallies, and all of these corresponding things that are happening, you know, that directly reflect the consciousness changing. You know, people want change. People are seeing the system is corrupt and broken, and they want to fix it. People are waking up to the fact that they need to take a more vital position and action in changing this world for the better. And in that moment, I support you. In that thought form, I support you 110%. Here's what I want you to be careful of. Okay, let's talk strategy. And drink your coffee. Strategy. By the way, what's up, guys? I'm just waking up. I'm like, let's do this. Okay, strategy. Here we go. So, obviously, you guys have heard, the more power you possess, the more responsibility you have. You know, with power comes great responsibility, right? So, I want to walk you through some of the things you're going to be tested with. You know, obviously, you're going to start off with, let's just break down. I had a very great conversation with a family friend who was just asking questions on the very first levels of waking up, and I found that was very prevalent for me and relevant for me to share with you guys, so you guys can not only cross-reference. Obviously, some of my family out there have been cranking for, you know, almost a decade now or more, right? But some of you guys are just waking up. I want to go through this cross-check with you of stuff that you're going to need to understand and process and see as a programmer of your own reality, rather than, I don't know, I'm just going to let things happen and let the chips fall where they may. Let's explain the difference here. Okay, so when you wake up, your first level of understanding is probably going to go into, right, I'm waking up, I'm seeing these riots, I'm seeing these things, I'm seeing some of these disturbances across the planet, right? Why is this? What's going on? Who's responsible? Level 1. Okay, that's when everyone wakes up and they get on the Google or the YouTube and they start researching, you know. And the category which a lot of this content comes up is going to be under the conspiracy theory. That's what the control wants you to think. Conspiracy theory stuff. No, it's not. Chemtrails were thought to be conspiracy theory. That's factual. They are geoengineering the sky. They're dropping boron, aluminum, and a bunch of heavy metals on you. I know that because I have to take, you know, anti-heavy metal, drops to clean that out of my system. 1. 2. Fluoride in your drinking water. Stop drinking tap water. And you guys, there's a list, Google list of bottled water companies that still put fluoride in the water. Just because you're drinking bottled water, understand this, they could still be putting fluoride in your water. Now, there was a study that was just released that in the United States they're going to drop the fluoride production in the water system by 50%. That's a huge thing. I hope that takes place. Now, as far as the easiest way to make sure you guys are drinking, chemical fluoride-free water, Berkey filters. Go get the 2.5 gallon Elite Berkey filter system, and get the one that has the fluoride filters. Done. You fill it up with tap water or stream water, put it in your house, and boom, you got good drinking water. Important. The water you consume is important. Okay, moving on. The fluoride-free toothpaste, Tom's, is owned by Crest. Don't buy Tom's fluoride-free toothpaste. It's a sham. Moving on. I just thought I'd say that. Go get some real fluoride, gluten-free, dope toothpaste. Awesome toothpaste. Understand that, I think Colgate or Crest owns Tom's. Do not buy a product owned by a control. Just heads up out there, okay? So I want you to understand that. Be smart. Okay. If these guys' goal is to dumb down the population, reduce the population, all this jazz, they'll do whatever they want to do. Okay, unless you're a scientist who's going to take that toothpaste and run it through a system of controls and checks to see what's in it, stay away from it. Moving on. That goes with any product you take. Do not buy products that are owned by large corporations. Obviously, the large corporation that has a certain MO or motivation is going to do whatever they want to do in those organic type products they create. Buy the stuff that is made from people like me and you, who just want to help us and help each other. Now, moving on. You obviously know that aluminum, what makes deodorant antiperspirant, they put aluminum in it. When you mix aluminum with the fluoride, passes the brain barrier wall, and the blood-brain barrier wall, I should say, in your brain, and all of those, all the fluoride can get to your third eye, calcify it. Now, for all you guys who are a little older listening to me, blue ice skate liver oil, clear that out. Okay, there's a bunch of stuff to clean out your third eye, and there's a bunch of different harmonics and things you can listen to as well. Remember, vibration is everything. Vibration rules this universe, and vibration is awesome. There are certain Fibonacci ratio components, binary beats that you can put on with your headphones, which vibrate you while you take, right, your vitamins and things to help clean you up. It helps expedite that process. Now, obviously, the light therapy goes right into that. Obviously, some of the plasma field generators, which we're all getting into and getting our hands on, some of this Kesh engine stuff is amazing. Okay, understanding how plasma energy works, plasma beings, right? I give this to you guys as references. If you guys don't know about some of these subjects, check them out. They're very interesting. Now, the correlation with getting your temple right, getting your mind right. Okay, I'm only going to think about positive things and try to create that positiveness in my life. To wake up and go, today's going to be a great day. Abundance. You know, I'll go, it's abundance on steroids. More light, right? Just fill me with light. Fill me with everything that I need to exemplify what I'm doing here. If that being making a brand new obelisk lamp for my family, or some stuff to block the EMF in your house, or having these downloads for the morning coffee, or being conscious in my dreams. The issue is that it's a consistency that allows you to get to that place where you start manifesting like this. It's not like you have a good day once a month. Be consistent with your business, with your mind, with your body, with your temple, with your consciousness, and you will see those effects become your reality, right? And then once they become your reality, you really can't remember what it was like before. Rather than a reference of, oh, it was really difficult a couple of years ago, but now things are great, right? So what I'm trying to say is, even in your 3D work life, the consistency that you hold, the amount of input and focus you put into something is what you're going to get back from it. So if you're a being that works very hard in 3D, and you have many obligations, okay, maybe you have a couple kids, maybe you have a very demanding job. You know, I talk to clients all the time. They're like, hey man, how do you find the hours to get this stuff done? Check this out. Your body is a very resilient, amazing piece of existence, machinery, whatever you want to say, biological awesomeness. Your body can adapt to anything. If you're working a 9-to-5 job and every day you get up at 8 a.m., take a quick shower, do what you gotta do, or 7 a.m. to get to work by 9, right? Even 6 sometimes, depending on traffic. You need to understand that if you can change your routine, meaning that instead of 6, get up at 4:35, work out, smoothie it up, enjoy your morning where it's quiet, right? Those quiet times. Then go to work, do your stuff. Here's the catch though. About 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, time to shut off and go to sleep. Not watch TV for 2.5 hours, go complete zombie mode, and then wake up lethargic the next morning. Also pay attention to your diet. No wheat, no gluten. Right now I got this bread, this organic bread. It's wheat-free, gluten-free. I mean, it's everything free. It's awesome. It's like vegan bread. What I found was that I was eating this wheat bread, 7-grain, whole grain wheat bread. When I was eating one piece of it, it started to make me lethargic. It was because my body's getting so dialed in that, especially when I'm doing this vegetarian, I eat eggs and fish, but everything else is like vegan, but I don't eat fish all the time, maybe once a week. Eggs, try to do that, or I use the whey protein, which is from eggs, green pea The pea protein is probably your best protein you can get. All you men out there, stay away from soy. It creates estrogen in your body. So women, not a problem. Men, if you're working out, stay away from the soy. Don't eat soy all the time. Okay, just thought you should know that. You can do research on that. What else? Little tips to keep you going and moving forward. When I do sessions with people, I actually have a workout routine I send you in the notes of how I use the elliptical machine, how I get my heart rate over 120 beats per minute, and then when I get all the way from 120 up over 200, mind you, I'm in shape, so be careful. It's not like, I noticed it's much easier for my higher selves to come down my crown and have access to my suit because my vibration has been raised to a place where I am more, your blood's firing, all your organs are working. It's a very awesome thing. I recommend to do it on the elliptical machine because when you're closing your eyes with your headphones on, crushing, it's very hard to do that if you have to stay on the treadmill and run. You're gonna trip. So don't do that. Elliptical is great for that. What else? As far as the dream time, let's break down some of the things that I've been partaking in. Okay. They're like, watch it. I know. I have some like insider stuff for you. I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna spit this. I want to share it with you. What do we got? What do we got? Okay. The political system right now is like playing chess. Certain controls are willing to give up certain controls in order for certain things not to play out if it doesn't go their way. Put two and two together. Moving on. The consciousness on Earth, this is what I want you guys to pay attention to. To be peaceful and intelligent and due diligent, and to understand that these protocols have been slowly implemented. Your freedoms have slowly been taken away from you over a period of, say, 80, 100 years, let's just say, right? To fight back at some of this stuff, there's a lot of intelligence, litigation, finding who's responsible, putting, you have to be very specific to go out and obviously to show your voice, have your voice heard, and actually show the force of the change you want. I agree with you 100,000%. What I'm trying to say is there's different levels of what actually makes this system move and work. Go after the money. Go after the paychecks. Follow the money. If you really want to make things happen, pay attention to that. Pay attention to the energy. Money is energy. Pay attention to where the energy flows, and you shall find that core matrix of what is really making decisions. That is the easiest way to go right around. Hi, I'm the front man. I'm going to tell you what's going on. No, you don't want the front man. You want the person 3 layers back. Start there. That's for that dimensional flavor for some of you guys. It ain't this version. Go back 3 layers or up. Okay? Those are the beings that need to be adjusted here now. Okay, moving on. What else? And not to be judgmental, here's the thing. Planet shifting. I know it seems like there's crazy stuff because the media is controlled. 90% of the media, of what we watch, is controlled by the media. These handful of companies, corporations. Check this out. The content that's being created now on Earth is so immense, so dense, and so awesome, they can't keep up. Understand this. All they can show you is the same thing. This happened, fear, fear, fear. This happened, fear, fear, fear. Whatever that is, right? The issue is that I find myself, especially when I was in Los Angeles, I was like watching positive things. I had my own Roku and I had my little Kodi, programmer. I was watching cartoons or, things that are like educational on Gaia TV, or I was watching things that kind of was like more educational for me. To be a consummate student throughout your entire life, that's how you become a rogue scholar. Even just for yourself. You don't need the degree. Learn something every single day. The more efficient you get at whatever that skill set is, believe me, that can become an occupation. If you practice something every single day for like 6 years, right? You become pretty good at it. 7 years, 8 years. So the thing is that it doesn't have to stop doing what you're doing in your life. Start doing your research though. Start using your mind. You don't have to be in college to read all these books. Be that rogue scholar that sits at home that knows what's going on and then takes certain actions. Right? Write some letters to Congress, your senators. Very specific. Be very specific. Counter some of these things that are coming in. Intelligence. Okay, that's all you have to do. And your voice shall be heard. So it just takes time. People in this world, you know, they want that instant gratification thing. And I was the same way. I'm like, let's just change this now. Right? The thing to understand is it took many years to create this weave of illusion and control around you. So there's a fast way to slice through it. However, I would like to be the type of being, be a part of the family that can do this in a very graceful way, a litigation way, right? And actually get the beings responsible, not take it out on the first 3 layers of protection that are actually hiding the guys that you really want to talk to or make the changes or actually, you know what I'm talking about? It ain't the guys they put in front, okay? This is chess. Don't go after the pawn, okay? You got the pawns, you got the knights, you got the rooks, you got the bishops, right? You got the queen, you got the king. Okay. Understand the line of defense in front of you. Go around. Be elegant in your manner, very specific, and very focused. And you shall see the change happen. I just want you to know, that's for all my fellow starseeds out there. And I just want to kind of get you out of the emotional body, because obviously this stuff affects me too. The stuff going on the planet, it affects everybody. My thing is that if you really want to change it, you got to go after the controls, okay? Not go after the defense, right? Smart. So, what else? The relevance of what you put in your body is, 100%. Your body is your temple. You guys want to reach higher levels of astral projection, energy manipulation, telekinesis, telepathy, remote viewing, distant regions, different, a lot of these things go on Earth, and the funniest thing is many of us on Earth can actually jump to that place. I'll sit there on a building like Batman and stare at what's going on. Some of us have that ability. We don't need all this technology to do that. Rather, the technology around us slows us down through all this EMF and electronic smog they're pushing through the ether. Not to mention the stuff they're trying to do to the atmosphere, right? So I just want to be clear with you guys on your workout routines, your diet, some of the things to focus on, being a little more grounded. From the galactic perspective, things are moving regardless right now. My thing is that if we're all going down this river of awesomeness together, I want to make sure that many of us, don't get scared holding on to the side of the river, right? Because they feel like they're being torn away from what they know. You need to have the courage in yourself and the confidence to let go of the side of the shore and get into the center of the river and be like, let's do this, in that way you can go right, maximum speed, let's get this thing. Now, what are some of the things that will go into the processing or programming of a human? Let's go through this real quick and I'll wrap up here. Fear tests. Okay, here we go. Now you got your body cleaned, cleaned up, you're not absorbing any more toxins or poisons. Okay. What's the next step? Okay, you got your workout routine. What's the next step? You got your vitamin routine. What's your next step? You got your smoothies, you got your high vibration. I made a video on YouTube called How to Make a High Frequency Smoothie. It's all there. Okay. What's the next step? In dream time, you're going to go through your fear tests. Then in 3D, they'll give you some fear tests. Okay. Then you're going to go through the next layer of tests is the doubt tests. Am I really seeing this? Am I really talking to my higher self? Am I really going through this? Do you know who you are? Okay, keep going. Next test, right? Clearing up all of, all those trespasses of beings that have trespassed against you, right? The Lord's Prayer. And then obviously, please forgive me for how I've trespassed against others. You know what I'm saying? So, the key is to forgive. The reason why you want to forgive is that you can't, imagine a cable connected to you from this experience that's negative. If you don't release it and forgive it, it will hold you down. So you're trying to lift off the ground. This cable of stuff you have not processed will suck you back down. And bloodline with the family, check this out, mommy and daddy issues and their mommy and daddy issues and bloodline karma, the family you incarnated with, everything your parents did not process, they hand off to you. Welcome to being a child on earth. Check this out. It does not mean me and you and our family, right, are going to have to, if we process all of our stuff, handle our business, and clear our karma, we don't need to hand that off to our kids to do for us. Moving on. I think that's a shoddy deal, and I'm not saying kids aren't amazing. I love kids, the most amazing things in the world. My issue is that why would I ever want to hand off my workload of stuff I needed to process to my child? Just think about that. Moving on. Kids are amazing because they allow you another opportunity to get back into your inner child and be a kid again. Get back into that heart. Go to Disneyland. We're going to Disneyland. The kids are like, yeah. And the parents are like, yeah. Hey, awesome. However, pay attention to some of the programming that you picked up from your parents. Pay attention to it and adjust it. Okay, moving on. So once you clear up all of your 3D consciousness, right? So your dream time's solid. You have no more fears. You're moving through life. You're creating this abundance in your life. As soon as you get that phase, that's when you start asking before you go to sleep. All right, let me see some of my past lives in 3D. Okay? So you switch into that mode. So now you start viewing past lives in your dream time, requested, of who you used to be in past lives. Okay? Then you start interacting and processing with that while you were in 3D, mind you. Then the next step is, let me process and see some of my higher selves. Let me see some of the lessons and experiences they've gone through. Let me start getting into that understanding. That more of that galactic flavor. Okay? My family, there's a glass ceiling on this planet with spiritual teachings. Okay? Fourth dimension, that's Hollywood on steroids. I'm already bored. Been staring at 4D for 7 years. I'm already over it. 5D, amazing. Okay? Your lowest light form, it's the front lawn of heaven. People want to know what 5D is. It's not. You're not inside the gates of heaven. You're on the front lawn in like Sandals Resort style, inside the gates. 6 through 9, angelic realm, and the angelic realm was stepping down. But to understand that why some of the glass ceilings and the spiritual teachings here, are not written in the books, is because as soon as you hit 60 and above, it kind of is like space. If you go on the night side, the Syrian side, 6 and up, right? You're gonna go Star Wars. Space, understanding, getting off on and off transports. You're very old. This is a little vessel you got down here on Earth. What do you want me to tell you? You're experiencing yourself through a fractal of who you really are. I basically dip my pinky into 3D, and this is my 3D pinky, or my pinky toe experience with that limited amount of consciousness going through my veins, through my cerebral cortex. Understand this. Okay? How do they control that? Easily. Control the biological suit. Control what frequencies, spectrums, audio forms that vessel can perceive. Therefore, you simply, easily put that consciousness in a nice little sphere box, and we'll call this the petri dish of experience known as planet Earth. Fantastic. Moving on. Oh, see, the fire comes out. I'm trying to be positive. No, I'm just kidding. Be positive out there. Okay, so, but just kind of like, don't be a chump. Turn your body on. Turn your mind on. Get your mind right. Get your heart right. Walk in integrity. Step up. Okay, now, I haven't cleared yet. Mind you, I just got back from LA. A little fire. Okay, what else? Some of you guys need that out there. A little fire for you. To be the walking hardware in 3D and be aware, it's like Avatar. The Avatar is conscious. It's like playing World of Warcraft, and imagine your little character you're playing, or your video game character, actually turns around on the screen and goes, yo, dude, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go into that dungeon. I think I'm going to go over to, Fairy Tale Land and hang out and have a party with some gnomes. I mean, whatever it is for you, okay? I don't want to go and battle, I now have a consciousness. I'm going to turn around and face the programmer, your oversoul, or the control, depending on how high up in the game you are, right? And start making requests on what you would like to do, right? Holographic matrix, Elon Musk already said it's very high probability that not only are we in some sort of advanced ET video game, considering the trend of how fast technology is developing on Earth, if you imagine, go 1,000 years into the future, right? Have a 3D experience on Earth, right? So what I'm trying to say is, for us, though, we're here to learn emotional stability. We're here to learn how to interact with all different types of beings from all over the planet and universes. We're here as some of the strongest transmutation beings in this universe, representing our local group of galaxies, right? And our local star clusters, right? To better serve all. To serve the one, to serve source, to be those little gauges down here, those little white blood cells rolling through the biological system of this planet, to harmonize it and bring the whole thing up to an efficient function where everyone lives in freedom and the planet grows in abundance and awesomeness. To truly become amazing stewards, to truly understand what it means to be a citizen of Earth and a galactic citizen, right? These are some of the things we're here to learn, okay? So I know it seems like, we're staring at that one blade of grass, like this is my job, this is my mortgage, all this stuff. That's like staring at one blade of grass. You need to zoom out and see that those fields go on to infinity, and that your soul is here for a specific experience. To remember your purpose and remember what you are seeking, that is the most important thing a human being down here on Earth right now can really understand and know about themselves, right? Know thyself. My name is Rion. Absolute pleasure talking to you guys. I got some new devices I'm working on. I just got home. I'm making obelisk lamps. Okay, I'm really excited about those. I'm also making some stuff for those big people that have smart meters. I'm making some dope stuff to hang on the wall on the opposite. So here's a smart meter. You can buy cups that shield it. I'm making artwork and things to put on the back side of the wall for you. You know, you guys like Buddha or lions. I got some things I'll show you in the next couple videos. What else? Obviously, if you guys would like to book a session with me, I'm at ascensionleague.com. I will be in Phoenix this Sunday, July 10th, at the Phoenix Psychic Fair at the Sheraton, 4 Point Sheraton, and we're speaking at 3 p.m. Me and my brother Alex. Little Ascension techniques, and my goal is to honestly walk through the crowd and try to activate as many of my fellow brothers and sisters as I possibly can. What else? Absolute pleasure absolute pleasure talking to you guys, and I just want you to know that processing multiple realities, different densities, and different dimensions, the core of all of this symphony, right, of energy is to walk in peace, to walk with your integrity in hand, right, and that you are strong in your knowingness, and your will, your field, and your energy manifests everyone else around you to balance and be cool and chill out and get to the point or the root of what we're all trying to process down here. My name is Rion. Blessings to you and yours, and I'll see you very soon. Peace.